Hey guys, what's up? I just wanted to say hey, good morning to everybody. Something's a little bit different. I'm testing out some new equipment. So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you guys again for all of your love and support for my channel. I look at this as our channel because you guys chime in on everything that we do and you guys are always contributing your opinions and ideas, and I love that. And I want to know about this equipment. So I definitely know the photo is a better quality, but I want to know about the mic too, because if this mic still sounds like it's a little all over the place, then I will start using this mic. So we have options, guys. That's all I'm saying is we have options. With that being said, guys, also we hit 10,000 subscribers this week. So, well, technically last week, which is amazing. Jason's going to be coming on soon. We're excited about that. And then we're going to start this week on Friday, popping off with Pops. So we're going to pop off on Pop Culture with Pops. It's going to be a surprise two shows that he, any two shows that he picks that he wants to talk about. It could be Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of New York. He loves pillow talk, so we'll see. And then in that same very show, or that very same show, I talk backwards a lot, we're also going to meet our artist of the month. So we're going to feature a new artist every month on our merch store, and it's going to be awesome, guys. This artist, she's a surprise for you guys. She's so talented, and she does Pixar work, so it's going to be incredible. She also is going to incorporate her own story, her own personal story against bullying into her art. So I can't wait for you guys to meet her. She's one of my best friends, Nicole Steffs. So you'll see. What are you guys saying in the comments? Okay. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze, guys. Oh, bless me. Bless me. I don't have coronavirus, I'm sorry. Woo. Okay, guys, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, and we'll start with Andrei and Libby. Woo, bless me. Andrei and Libby. So I thought we were making strides for a second when we saw, I guess, Andrei telling Charlie to jump in and stomp on the grapes with them. He was almost kind of looking like he wanted to partake with the family. He was letting his walls down a little bit. But Chuck and Charlie are not going to be quick to forget what happened at dinner the other night. Marcel and everybody in the family, Marcel's obviously Andrei's friend, but they're all blaming it on alcohol and maybe the fact that Libby's family was asking too many questions. But Chuck and Charlie, they're not going to settle for that. Especially now that Libby's sister, Jen, she's there, and she's equally as stubborn. She wants to know the answers, which is kind of ironic because all of them have some sort of run-in with the law anyway, so I don't know why they're pushing so hard for Andrei, but I think it's because there's our public record and Andrei's isn't. So obviously if Libby's going to be with this man who's from a foreign country, Chuck is like, I want to know who's with my daughter. And I get that, but it's also kind of in the same breath like, Chuck, they already had a baby and you're not going to really come in between the family. They're about to get married for a second time. What are we trying to accomplish at this point? Okay, so they're stomping the grapes and we hear Jen complaining the whole time. Is it always like this? Does it smell like this? Wow, it took so long to get here. It's almost like she's going to find something to complain about everything. Our Russian women, so-and-so. It's almost kind of insulting. And Andrei's taking it good, but what I want to get to with this couple is when they end up somehow getting a hold of Marcel. I don't know how they pulled this off. Chuck, Charlie, and Jen, they end up getting a hold of Marcel, and they're talking to him about what happened with Andrei's past, or corrupt past, really. Andrei has a corrupt past, and he's not sharing. If I were him, I wouldn't share either. It doesn't seem like they have his best interest, the way that they try to pry and find out things, especially doing it on camera. And if he's running from Moldovan police because there's something against him, one, why would you want to come back there? And two, I wouldn't want to talk about it on camera either. So now that we know what Marcel's told us, the little bit of probably the fraction of the truth, I can't even believe that he talked about it in the first place. Or the fact that he even went home. I can't believe any of that. They're going to end up getting more information, though, because as you see in the next episode, they end up asking Andrei, like what happened right in front of Libby. And Libby's like, no, this isn't true. It's true. We're going to find out more. I wanted to point out the fact that Chuck was pointing out that Marcel looks so uncomfortable. When he's answering the questions, he looked uncomfortable, but I feel like excuse me, I feel like just like in the same sense that Brittany left Yazin and she's talking about the King of Jordan and whatever, she doesn't realize the implications that this may have on Yazin back in Jordan, right? So same thing here in Moldova. They're trying to pry all of this information about the system and how corrupt it is in Moldova from Marcel, but they're forgetting that they have to leave Marcel in Moldova. So if people are trying to off him or end him or put him behind bars, and he's out here talking about the system and how corrupt it is, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't do that for a TV show. I wouldn't risk it when I lived in a different country. I can totally see whether, and I cannot believe that Marcel talked. But with that being said, I want to move on to the next couple, Angela and Michael. They're my favorite. I have my notes down here, so I'm looking up and down for you guys. I'm getting used to, again, the new equipment, guys. If you have anything to say about it, though, just let me know. I hope the image quality is better, but I'm working on the mic. We're working on it. We're going to get into Angela and Michael. I'm going to take a sip of water. Good morning, everybody. 110 in the room. Everybody, please like this video on your way in. All right, Angela and Michael, JoJo's arriving, but not before we get our bouquet of roses. Angela she manages to touch me every time I see her while also entertaining me. I feel like I'm watching the Jerry Springer show, and then I feel like I'm watching like a really cute Lifetime movie. She gets the bouquet, and it represents her 6 grandchildren, her mother, and her daughter. A rose for each one of them. I thought that was super cute and kind of sad because you could totally tell that she knows she doesn't have much time with her mom, and she just wishes that they could all be there. And it breaks her heart every time she talks to her family on the phone, knowing that they're not in Nigeria because, as we can see, family's everything to Angela. Again, JoJo ends up arriving. She obviously is the only person at this point who's going to take Angela's side and kind of go over there and support her as a witness. We see that. But in the very first episode that JoJo arrives, Angela already pops off. She's popped off. She's ending the marriage. It's not going to happen. There's not going to be a wedding. JoJo just looks so entertained. She looks like, oh God, here Angela goes again. And I thought it was kind of funny, but as we go through, it's interesting. Thank you, Grandma Scary, for the super sticker. As we go through, it's interesting to watch because Michael completely is torn down with the PP crowns. I can't say the word on here. You know what I'm talking about. The male part crowns. His friends wearing the male part crowns. Completely emasculated, right? And she's just going on, telling him what to do. This isn't how it goes in his culture, and I'm surprised he goes with it. But they walk into the strip club, and no offense to Angela, I love her, but she's incredibly insecure in the strip club. You can tell. She doesn't want to be there. It's not her forte. She doesn't want Michael there alone. She doesn't want him flirting or looking at other women. And she's very... I just want to say, if she doesn't want him in a strip club looking at other women, there's no freaking way that she's going to let him have another baby or have a baby with another woman. There's no way that that would ever happen. I just want to say that. Just kind of chimed off in my head. No way, guys. But she starts popping off and I have it in my notes. What did she say that was like, after a few drinks, she goes, I don't want my man when I go out to pay attention to no one but me. And then she goes off and she's so wasted at this point. And then she says, take it or like it, I don't care. I didn't go to the party to watch Michael watch. Then she says the P word, ends with Y, not S, so it's not the same one I was just talking about. And then she says, when you ain't effed me but once since I got here. Holy cow. Hermione, thank you so much for the super sticker. When you ain't effed me but once since I got here. Ugh. Obviously, this is so embarrassing for Michael because why would you expose his business like this? Again, she completely emasculates Michael time after time after time again. And I think JoJo being there is just giving Angela an audience. I think that's exactly what it's doing. And again, I love Angela, but this is... She turns him into a joke. And then every little thing that he does, she pops off. She pops off over everything. If he looks to the side, if he tells a fib just so she doesn't get angry, if he doesn't say something quick enough, every single thing that Michael does is wrong. I just don't see this working out. That's all. I'm going to move to the next couple. I'm going to drop the link here in a second after I finish the next couple, and then you guys can start calling in, and then we'll get into it. But before I do, 152 in the room, guys. Let's shoot for 200. And again, tell me about the equipment. Can you hear me? Is it good? Adam looks and sounds great. You may, however, want to move your head So the white door is not behind you. You're so, oh, thank you. All right, guys, so we're going to talk about Paul and Karini. Paul and Karini sneaks off to meet a lawyer, an immigration lawyer. Karini at this point wants to know her rights, right? This isn't good for Paul. Karini finds out that she has the legal rights to take Pierre and go back to Brazil. If she's not happy with here, Paul's not getting a job like he's promised, and he's not giving her the life that he's, I guess, promised her and that she expected coming into it, and she really misses her family that much. Karini has the right to leave. I think this was kind of a scary side that we saw of Paul, and sure, it was very tame, but imagine when the cameras aren't there, guys, because Paul's like, you can't leave me. You can't leave me. And he's like, I have rights too, and like goes in, and he was just going in and in, and Karini looked terrified. She's obviously so afraid of Paul, and I'm not trying to make him out to seem like this dangerous man who has an arsenic charge, who was perceived as a terrorist in Brazil, who can't get a job because of all of these multiple charges. I don't want to make him seem dangerous at all, but come on, guys. If Karini's trying to run, there's probably a reason Karini's trying to run. And Karini at this point just lets Paul know, I want to go be with my family. I'm not going to be the type of mom that's going to take away your baby and never let you see him again. I understand that you have rights to your son, right? But the fact is, I'm not happy here. I don't want to be with you. You're not getting a job. You're not fulfilling what you said you were going to do. And adios, amigos, except in Portuguese. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. 156 in the room. Let's get to 200. Everybody, please like on your way in. Grandma Scary, thank you so much for the super chat. Well, if she can move her... Oh, gosh. Is it in there? Okay, sweet. All right, guys, while you guys are calling in, I'm going to move on to the next couple, Eric and Larissa. All right, so Eric and Larissa, this is just a complete botched Barbie doll situation at this point. Larissa's going too far. She wants to look just like the mannequin or the blow-up doll. I don't know if she doesn't realize, like, listen, everybody has beautiful in their own idea of beautiful, right? So I'm going to touch this with kid clubs. I don't know if she doesn't understand that this is going to eventually start to look cartoonish instead of natural. And I think when you're trying to make these enhancements, I feel like the ultimate goal is to look as natural as possible as you're enhancing yourself while having some improvements, right? Not walking in looking like Jessica Rabbit or Heidi Klum dressed like Jessica Rabbit at her Halloween party. I feel like there's two totally different kinds of looks. Like I feel like one ends up looking great in the end and the other one ends up on botch for their reality TV debut. I don't know, guys. So Larissa ends up saying that she wants a boob job, so they go to the consultation, and Eric, I guess, is going to pay for it. The friend and her go, and she wants the second size to the biggest. She wants to get as big as she can, and she wants her waist tiny. After this, she's not done, though. She wants liposuction and a nose job. She thinks that Eric's just going to continue to make it rain. But he is in this weird, creepy, contractual way. He's pretty much saying like, well, this is my investment. Got to get a return on my investment. This is so creepy to me. It's not even funny. It's almost like if he were a plastic surgeon, he would be cutting her up himself just to make the perfect Larissa that he's like helping shape her into her idea of a perfect woman that she's morphing in his head. That's normal. I'm not following. Again, if you guys have seen the photos of Larissa, it's no disrespect to you, Larissa. This isn't a bully or anything like that. It's just things start to look unnatural. And then at that point, people start affiliating you with being some sort of cartoon character or a character in itself. That's what you're photographed for, is being like the human Barbie doll, the human Ken doll, the human. We have one here in Los Angeles, and it's not the cutest. Alabama Camper, thank you so much for the super sticker. But we'll move on. I'm not even going to get into the bra shopping because, again, I think that Eric is super creepy. That's just my own opinion. That's not bullying. That's just a fact. I'm going with that one. But let's go on to Kalani and Asuelu because I felt also really bad about them. Actually, before I go on to Kalani and Asuelu, I'm going to bring up a couple callers, and then I'll hit them and Colt and Jess. Good morning, Jamal. Good morning, hey. Dee. Good morning, Carla. Hi. Look at you.
I got an up and
She's so funny. All right, Carla, since you're bringing that sort of energy, I have to let you go first. So on the first three couples that we covered Eric and Larissa, Paul and Karini, and Angela and Michael. Oh, and Andrei and Libby. So whoever you want to talk about.
Andrei and Libby. I'm just so over Jen. Just throw her in the garbage, please.
Oh no.
Her over entitled donkey behind. Just throw her in the garbage. I'm so sick of her. She makes me sick. Makes me want to vomit in my mouth every time she opens.
She's always instigating, right?
She's a starter.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
It makes me so mad. Michael and Angela, I love Angela so much, but I'm just so over this right now. I can't even fathom their whole situation. It's just over the top. It's too much. She's just extra. It's starting to become too much for me. This whole religion and culture thing is starting to become too much. It's about to become a real battle, and it's not gonna be cute.
Okay, D.
Oh gosh, where to begin? I love last night's episode when Jess came in, and oh gosh, what's that guy's name that Jess came to see? Colt. Yeah, Colty. And he brought her to that cafe that had all the cats and whatnot. And she started going in on him and asking about pictures that he had and had allegedly screenshots to other women. I thought that was hilarious because they were at a particular pet store and she was bringing up his alleged activity.
How is Colt pulling? Well, we still have to cover Colt at the end, but I just real quick before, and then we'll cut them off. How is Colt pulling 8 women in 1 month? Again, no disrespect. This isn't bullying, but
that's what I wanted to know.
That tongue game.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Is it just people who are shopping for green cards so they'll take what they can get? Or is it American women who don't need anything and they're just like, oh.
No, it's a green card. He's holding that green card over their head.
Yeah, it has to be a green card because I just don't see a bus stopping in front of Colt's house full of women like excited to be jumping into his arms. There's not. He's like, oh yeah, a bottle of Jack and Daniels before I cheat on my girlfriend and make beef stew with my mom.
It has to be the TV show. I don't know. Maybe he's charming in real life. I have no idea. I know it's not the.
You don't think it's the Speedo?
What's that?
It's not the Speedo?
Oh God, good Lord. Well, they're different folks for different strokes for different folks. There's a person for everybody in the movie. I mean, I really have no idea. If you can rock it, I'm gonna go ahead and Theo. Oh, I want to see.
I have animals. Sorry, guys. Theo, come here.
Hi, baby.
Come here, buddy.
Hi. Oh.
Jamal, what did you think?
Let's see. We'll start with Eric and Larissa. Let's just call a thing. Eric is using Larissa as an investment. He's using her to make money. He'll use her to make money to meet men. Let's just be real. Because what man tells his girlfriend, like, yeah, this is my investment. This is my investment. Come on now. He's grooming her to go into adult entertainment. He's going to be her manager / pimp. And he's going to make money and meet men off of her. That's just what's going to happen.
First of all, Eric doesn't have a job, though. Where's he getting the money? Eric don't have a job.
He had savings.
I don't know what his
savings.
Job. His savings for what?
He had a job. From what I understand, he had a job before. He saved a lot of money, and then he quit his job to be on 90 Day Fiance with Larissa. That's how he's living. He's living off his savings.
Also because it's the American. And correct me if I'm wrong. It's the American side of the couple who gets the paycheck, right? So how is that working with Larissa and Eric? Is Eric getting the paycheck?
Yeah, he gets them. If it works out the way like Angela and Michael do, he gets the money, and he's supposed to give Larissa her cut of the money. But he had savings prior. Because there was an article like a little while ago that said Eric like literally quit his job to be on the show. I'm like,
oh, this is so stupid. In his OnlyFans account, I reached out to Eric and I was like, hey man, what's up, dude? I just wanted to reach out and say, like, if you wanted to do an interview, blah blah blah, because I feel like a lot of people don't give him very many much camera time for like interviews or explaining who he is aside from Larissa. And he asked me for a couple $100.
He broke.
I'm not surprised.
I was like, a couple $100 for what? He's like, if you want my side of the story.
Your side of the story.
I was like, I'm not Wendy Williams. Like, this isn't the Wendy. Like, no, I just want to fight. No. Thank you for the super sticker. Also, thank you, Jamie, for the super sticker. I appreciate you guys. No, I was just kind of like, guys, I'm not paying you. And then I reached out to Larissa, and Larissa was like, oh, for sure, like, I have to be paid. And she asked me what Eric was charging, and I'm like, this is a joke.
Gold diggers.
And then
have to coordinate your prices.
Right. And then with Angela and Michael, I'm like, okay, Angela, how many more times are you gonna cancel this wedding and get mad? I just want to get to the end already. I just need that to be over.
Thank you.
One way or the other, just do something, because I can't do with the 6th canceling of the wedding, and it's been 10 episodes. No. And then you don't take Michael to a strip club. Why would you take Michael to a strip club? And you're a jealous woman. I just didn't understand that. It made no sense.
And she acted like she didn't know that that's where she was going, though. They got there and she's like, Michael. She scares me with that. When she says
why
that,
does she look so shocked?
You know that his ASS like puckers. He's like he clenches. I would be on edge with her all the time.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
All the time.
Isn't that what you do in bachelorette parties? Don't you go to strip clubs?
Well,
I'm confused.
Well, generally they should be separate.
What happened to Adam? All right, y'all. We got to take over the show.
We'll keep going.
Take over the show.
So, my thing is, this is why you have bachelor and bachelorette parties separate.
Yeah.
I don't think the married couple should be there together.
There you go.
I mean, because old girl has some talent, and
We can't hear you.
Huh?
I said Adam. We can't hear Adam.
Are you there? There you are.
No, can't hear you. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
We're good. Woo!
We're learning the new equipment. I'm trying to figure out how we charge it at the same time. It needs 3 USB ports. I've ordered everything, and I keep ordering things, and then I find out what I don't know until I learn that I don't know it. This is just knowledge, but it's okay. We're getting it. All right, guys. So Jamal, D, Carla, I'm going to drop you guys down for two minutes and cover the last 2 couples, and then I'm going to bring up Chelsea with us.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
What a great save. They saved. They're like, yeah, we're going to jump in and save Adam. Thank you, guys. I love the people on here. You guys are seriously the best. And Carla in the Up and Adam shirt. Guys, we're opening the merch store this week. Seriously, you guys are awesome. 230 in the room. Let's hit 250, and let's cover the last few couples. I'm going to go into now Kalani and Asuelu. So, all right. Kalani and Asuelu are obviously fighting. I'm just going to go through this really quick because we watched the same episode. Kalani and Asuelu are fighting because Asuelu's family is kind of ridiculous. Tammy pretended like she was going to lunge at Kalani, knowing that Kalani would have just dropped her in the first place because, like Jamal and Carla said, she came with her hair up, no makeup, almost like she was slapping Vaseline on the face, if I remember that correctly. But they knew that she wasn't coming there to play. Tammy's like, oh, I'm going to beat you up, and acts like fake lunges at her. And Kalani's like, girl, step to me and I'm going to drop you. And we got that vibe. So then Kalani ends up going back to Asuelu, telling him how ridiculous his family is and telling him that she would have actually dropped his sister. Then they're obviously fighting. He leaves. Kalani gets involved. One thing leads to another, and then boom, let's get to the next day. It's Valentine's Day. Kalani's not over it. But Asuelu tries to show up with a pair of balloons and some flowers. He tries saying, Happy Valentine's Day, do I not get a hug and a kiss? This is what I love about Kalani is she's so real. She's just kind of like, no. Like that's not, just because it's February 13th and you go to sleep and you wake up and it's February 14th, doesn't mean that things just go away. I get what she means by that. That's, I understand what she's saying. She's pretty much saying that, no, she's not going to just forgive all of this. You have to start taking ownership and kind of figuring it out, dude. You got to start figuring it out. So then they end up going to the airport because she's so ready to go home. After she talked to her mom on the phone, her mom's like, listen, you can't make any hasty decisions. Just get back home, really collect your thoughts, and figure out what you're going to do, how you're going to move forward. Kalani thinks that therapy is the best way to move forward. I've never been to therapy, so I don't know if that's going to work. I feel like this is just a huge cultural difference. But I guess eventually we're going to see. We're going to see because they still get a paycheck too, so they're going to keep it going as long as they can, as long as Kalani can stand Asuelu. What I thought was a little bit dramatic and kind of for dramatic effect was when they get to the airport and she shoves the balloons and everything into the trash can, and then they both go their separate ways. He goes through the turning door, and then she goes through the door that you open. Why would you make it that difficult on yourself? And so dramatic, unless the production team was just like, guys, we need you to go through 2 different exits just for like a theatrical effect, which I could totally see that too. But I thought that was, But then we end up seeing her crying at the airport, so who knows? She could really just be really torn up about all this. Let's move on to Colt and Jess because Kalani and Asuelu, we gotta wait for them to get it together. 251 in the room, guys. Let's make it to 300. Colt and Jess, vegan beef stew, regular beef stew, pictures of 8 women, text, and I'm surprised she didn't drop him like Kalani wanted to drop Tammy. This was a mess. So when we see Jess, obviously she just got to Vegas and she's ready to spend time with Colt. What she didn't know was arriving into Vegas, she's going to face so many different bombs that are going to be dropped. So one after another, it's bomb, bomb, bomb. It's the 8 women, finding out that Vanessa, she's living in the house, just seeing how Colt lives with his mom. I couldn't believe everything that's getting thrown her way. I see why she ended up reaching out to Larissa wanting to talk, because this is a crap show. This is a literal crap show. She's dating a man that lives at home with his mom who's cheating on her with almost like 9 different women, who has a woman that he slept with in the 3rd bedroom. What are we doing, Colt? At this point, I really don't know what we're doing. We're going to figure it out, though, guys. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to bring everybody back up as far as the callers. Let's start with Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, Adam. How are you?
Good. Did you watch the episode last night?
I did. I just watched it earlier this evening. So, and I also made notes.
All right. What was your favorite couple?
So the thing is, I actually feel really bad for Asuelu. Like maybe I'm kind of a sucker. I don't know. Cause he really is so sweet. And I kind of think she really pushes. I don't think she's that empathetic towards him for his situation. And even just as a wife, like even when he was really sad about his mom and sister, this was like maybe 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago, she almost like scoffed at him in like yeah, I've been telling you this, Asuelu, which, yeah, Kalani, okay, so you're right, but you don't scoff at someone whose mom and sister basically just asked you for money, and when you said no, they left. Like, that's not an I told you so moment. Like,
so
as a
like
wife,
she gets him down while he's already down.
Absolutely. Like I just, and maybe that's a theme, because like even the Angela thing, like it is emasculating. And she literally said to Asuelu, you think I couldn't kick your ass? Like, with all due respect, no man wants to hear that from his wife. Like, she is a little bigger. Like maybe she could, maybe she doesn't seem soft. Don't get me wrong. She seems like a badass bitch, but you don't say that to your husband. Like, I thought that was really emasculating for him. And that's when that kind of made him flip his switch. Was it could be editing, but that's what made his face look like he got on the defense after that. Up till then, I think there was a misunderstanding. He focused on her fighting his sister and blah, blah, blah. But that could have been a big misunderstanding. And she was the one that kind of got aggressive and then blew up and walked out of the room. And I don't know. But then at the airport, I thought Kalani did look really sad. So like, I feel for her. I thought the therapy thing was a really mature point for her to make.
I don't think that he's going to get to I feel like she has to groom him into the person that she wants him to be. And I don't think that I feel like she's losing her patience with this whole thing. I don't think that she's going to want to continue to like keep trying to shape him.
That's the problem when you have children with someone who is not ready or taking care of their own selves yet, or you haven't even gotten to see that, if they can take care of you and themselves alone, let alone with kids. And so there is a lot of more pressure. Like maybe if it was just her and him and he was kind of a dunce, she wouldn't care as much. It's if you're happy and you're in love, then that doesn't matter. But when you have kids and you feel like you're doing all the work all the time, it's just like a stressor. I don't know.
Well, what did you think about what did you think about Colt like telling Jess, waiting for her to get all the way to Vegas to drop all of these bombs? I thought that was the most ridiculous thing ever. Why wouldn't you just not waste her time?
He was planning that the week before too. And he literally said, I just think I should tell her in person. Really? I don't like Colt. I'm sorry. I don't like him. Never have. Think he's weird. I don't particularly like Jess. I don't care about either one of them. Yeah, I don't know how
Jess will stick around after that, like, which obviously we know she doesn't stick around, but if she would have stuck around after knowing all of that, we just all would have lost respect for her. I mean, 8 women.
I would have been more convinced that she's either in it for a green card or the TV show if she did stick around, but I actually don't think that with Jess. I think that she like is kind of on the TV show as a whatever thing, but I don't think she's been one, even her social media, like you don't hear about her as much except for defending herself kind of against Colt, which Colt's a lunatic. I don't really get it. Like, I don't understand. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. That's just the vibe he gives off. All of it. He is a liar. He lies. If someone's going to lie about little things like her watching the cats, whatever her name is, watching the cats, he's going to lie about anything. Like, that's why Jess got so mad 2 weeks ago or whenever that came out on the episode about what's her name watching the cats.
Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa. So, and Jess's whole thing was, I'm not mad about her watching the cats. I'm mad that you lie about everything, Colt. You are always caught in a lie. Like, that's just, you can't trust someone like that.
She said he's a Hollywood actor. I'm going to go ahead and bring up Dee and Jamal really quick.
Yep. The last thing I just wanted to mention was Paul and Karini. And like, I do feel bad for her. Paul 100% gave off creepy vibes. I commented when you were mentioning it, Adam, that was slightly terrifying. And even he said, had I come home and you weren't here, I would have been very worried or concerned or something. I was like, does she not get to leave the house all day?
Oh,
like,
he's scary. He has a scary side. There's definitely like this side that's like,
yeah,
bizarre. He is bizarre, and I feel bad for her, and I feel sad for her. And then he kind of attacked her and instantly threatened the court thing. He knows he doesn't have a chance if they go to court. Not that he has any money either, but
you know, though, she understands, and this is kind of the crazy thing. I think that there are people who will go through like great strides to make sure, like, if they want you, they will have you. And what's a little bit nerve-wracking about him is that she sees how like neurotic he is with all of the stuff that he brings to Brazil and how far he'll go to get to the Amazon, to get here, to here, to here. She knows if she leaves with that baby, he doesn't care if he has to take a riverboat through the Amazon for 3 months. He will find her.
Yeah, there's certain stories that are just really uncomfortable to watch. And you know that there's real drama behind it. Like the other couples, you know, with Colt and his mom being his wingman and, you know, and Michael and all that. I really feel like that's really produced. A lot of it's probably thought out. But in this situation, what we're watching, it's really uncomfortable because I really am scared for Karini. She doesn't seem to have any support here. She doesn't know the language. She has no money. You look at their living situation. He's got trash bags as curtains on the windows. He's constantly berating her, and he's just very manipulative. He's very manipulative, and he just, you know, it just reminds me of abuse. I'm not saying that he's abusing her, but it just reminds me of that type of profile of someone. And, you know, I know that the producers have a job to do, but I wish that she would have some support on that show. And maybe she does. Maybe that's why I'm sure they arranged for her to get the Uber to go see the lawyer. Like, there's no way. Where would she have gotten the money? Like, obviously they did that. So, yeah. And, you know, and for them, it makes a good story. But I hope that she continues to try to get some freedom and advocate for herself.
But again, this is all like total alleged, and I'm not talking crap about Paul at all, but it's almost like his own parents are kind of, I don't want to say afraid to get involved, but it's almost like they obviously know everything about Paul, and there's something that we're not getting to see because he probably wouldn't be on TLC anymore. There's just a sign that we're just not getting. There's a disconnect of everything.
I think Paul's mom's pretty real in terms of being like, I mean, she doesn't seem to want to baby him too much or anything, and she does seem to genuinely care about Karini. Like I get sympathy vibes from her that she feels like Karini, she might know what she's going through. I don't know, but
I don't know. If it was my son and I had a son like that and I knew exactly what he was about, I wouldn't be on that show playing around, trying to rush in and pretend like things were semi-okay. I'd be trying hard to make sure I took care of that grandson and was protecting that, that mom, because there's obviously something wrong with her son. And he's not going to get a job. I don't even know how he passed the clearance for TLC to be on the show. Like,
especially when they're firing Jeffrey and all of these other people.
Right?
And I understand some of them like for getting fired for racist remarks and stuff, but like Jeffrey's past when this one had an arson past.
Yeah, and I just fear like there's certain things that you just don't do in reality shows, like where it gets really dark and not fun to watch as a viewer. And this is treading on a really thin line. It kind of reminds me of Beverly Hills, like Real Housewives, when Taylor was in her situation and that storyline, and we remember how that turned out, and that was horrible. And I'm not saying that's going to happen to Karini, but it's just, I don't know. I don't like it, and I wish that they would kind of either change the direction and kind of have Karini become independent and explore that.
Well, now we know that Karini's gone, right? So Karini has broke free from Paul. It's just not what we're. Yeah, Jamal, do you have any more insight on that?
Not that one particularly, but more for Kalani and Asuelu. So for me, like, we can blame Asuelu, fine, whatever. But the one thing I need to hear from Kalani, like, she made some mistakes as well. I don't believe she's a virgin. I'm sorry. I just can't see a 30-year-old woman giving up her virginity at a resort to Asuelu. You could not have been waiting all your life for that. I just don't believe.
I wondered about that too.
And then, like, you are having sex with a random with no protection. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, she needs to own that part, that she put herself in this situation. So she really doesn't have much room to complain. That being said, he was raised in the Samoa culture. The American culture, as far as what men are supposed to do, is very different from what it seems. So you can't expect to change him. You can't change that. It's ingrained in him. This is who he is. He's not going to change. And you can't put the expectation on him of an American man, because he has no clue how to do that. He was not taught that way. So
we're always getting that, though, from all of the storylines. They're always trying to change the foreign person because they think the foreign person wants to be changed to be like love and live life in America. These people don't want to, like, they love their cultures, and I think that's the disconnect. We're losing that. Like, they don't want to change.
Right, and she's going through putting herself through all these changes. There comes a point in time as an adult woman with 2 children, you have to say, this is not the man for me, and I need to do this on my own, or you set some hard line ground rules. And she's done neither. I think she's getting to that point, because the aggravation she's going through is not worth it. She can go out. I'm sure her mama watched the kids. She can go out and get a nice little full-time job, make 2 to 3 times the money, and raise her kids on her own. I mean, she's being ridiculous at this point. Like,
if yogurt sampling is paying the bills,
you crying all the time behind Asuelu not doing this and that. Asuelu has been doing this and not doing this and that for 2 years. Let it go. Get over it.
Her parents would probably help her more if she did. I'm just saying.
Parents are so strange like that, aren't they? They're like, oh, leave them. I'll give you, like, grandparents.
They're not going to help when he's in the picture because it's his job to step up. But to be fair, if she left him, I do think they would be like, cool, we'll watch the kids every day. You can go to work, like no daycare costs.
Go date.
They would step it up 100%. Just
need a man.
But the thing is, so you have to remember, Lo didn't want her to marry him in the first place. So yes, he would definitely step in and take care of her for what she needed. Now switching to Kalani and Karini and Paul, this is all Paul's fault because he was being selfish. Karini said from the beginning she did not want to leave Brazil and her family. He was supposed to leave her there, come back to the States, get himself together, send money back to his child, go visit his child whenever he could. Because for me, my opinion, to raise a happy child, that child needs a happy mother. So bringing her here was not going to ever make her happy because she did not want to be here. She wanted to be here with her family, and that's
I think
where the crux of
if he would have came here without her, though, she would have never came.
But that's why I say he's being selfish and being a child.
Now
do what's best for you.
To fix everything with plantains, and that's not going to cut it all.
Yeah, he really does. She
turn things around. Like you brought them home.
Like, wow, look at this nice market. She's like,
oh, weird.
He's like, I have beans and rice for you. Mom brought beans and rice. You want beans and rice?
That was like,
get out of my face. That's what she looks like. She's like, get that out of my face. I don't want that. She's like, I just want it. My familia. That's all she wants.
That's all she wanted. Had she just stayed in Brazil, they would not be in this situation, and she would be so much happier, and they would be so much happier. Then down the road, when the baby's older, you can say, "Hey, like, what are your thoughts about coming to America?" And if she still doesn't want to do it, you make a sacrifice and you go to Brazil and just build your life there. That's just what it is. Because you have nothing. There's nothing in America for you right now. Your mom doesn't want you to live with her. Your mom is not going to support you. You have no job. You have multiple arrests, multiple charges, a lot of stuff going on. So being in Brazil is not the worst thing for you.
Yeah. That's fair. And guys, we're going to have to wrap up at 45 minutes today just because we're doing breakfast tea on Sherelle's World in 15 minutes. But before we go, can we just say what we're looking forward to most next week? And I just want to say before we do that, what next week is. It's Paul randomly takes Karini to a shitty water facility, aka a sewage plant. Kalani asks Asuelu to do couples therapy, which I don't think that's going to work. Colt tries to prove to Jess that he really does love her, and St. John's former roommates argue with Tanya. Back in Moldova, Elizabeth's family confronts Andrei about why he actually left the country, and finally Jess meets with Larissa to ask for advice about Colt. That's probably my favorite part that I'm looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to them Tanya's friends going in on Tanya. Anytime someone goes off on Tanya, I'm happy. I can't stand it.
Sinjin's the only thing I look forward to as far as things go anymore this season, because at least he's good to look at, and he's not like everyone else. I think they're overplayed. I think the whole Moldova thing is completely fake. I think they've known that. I think that story is just being played out right now for the show. Like, I think that they've either known that or didn't care about it the whole time they've known him, and that it's just playing out right now because they needed to get back on that show. I don't believe anything about them. The rest of them are played out. But Sinjin and Tanya, man, I hope they break up.
No.
Wow, you're wishing them the best, huh?
Yeah, that is the best for them because they don't fit. He wants to be in South Africa. She wants to be in America. He wants to be free spirit. She wants to try to control everything with no job as well. So, just divorce and get over it.
You're right, Adam.
They're boring to me. I don't even remember them. Like, there's certain couples on certain shows where you just kind of their background music.
How was that for me?
Yeah. They're whatever. They're all right. I don't know. I can't wait to see Larissa and Jess. I want to see that. I want to see what they come up with. That's going to be fun to watch.
I want to see that, and then I want it for the rest of TLC history. I want to park Colt on a couch, if anything, for pillow talk and get him off of 90 Day Fiancé. We got to stop playing into the fact that this guy can be some sort of male gigolo. He is giving a bad rap. If that's what we have to look forward to,
His mom will probably come with the.
That's off. But all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call in with Sherelle, and thank you guys so much for calling in. I appreciate all of you guys, and also I put a poll down in my community tab. So I'm trying to figure out if, first of all, I'm trying to figure out this damn equipment, but then I'm also trying to figure out if people are digging Darcy and Stacy.
No, we're not.
No.
It's
No.
Again, it's whatever.
Really?
No.
Is it that bad?
The
Like,
show-
I talked to everybody, and they're just like, cut
bad.
it.
It's just
I
not.
never liked Darcy.
Okay.
The show needs to come back revamped as the family Silva. Darcy and Steve need to get demoted to like friends of an extra because
You're demoting them?
I'm demoting them from their own show. No.
Oh my god.
No.
All right, guys.
Mm-mm.
I'll see you on breakfast tea. God, the people have spoken.
Have a good
And guys, thank you so much for the super stickers. Thank you so much, Mirielli. I saw it. And then also, Kathy, thank you so much for the super sticker. I see we have Blackjack in the room. I always love when we have Blackjack. Alexis, thank you for the super sticker. Guys, thank you, all of you. If I didn't get to you in the room, I promise I will get to you on my next live. I'm not going to forget you guys. Grandma Scary, Hermione, all of you guys, you're so awesome. I really appreciate you. We're going to get this equipment thing together, and we have a busy day. This week, we're going to do the first ever Popping Off with Pops. Please, guys, on your way out, like this video. It really helps a great deal. And we're opening the merch store. So, guys, we're going to get back. There's so many exciting things. I have to let my fiance in now because I always lock him out when I film. So he's hiding behind the door. I know I said I'm going to bring him out at 10K. Apparently, it's up to him when he gets to come out. He's running my show now, I guess. But we'll see him soon. Bye, guys. Except for you, Jolene. Bye.